What's up everyone, it's Cheater. Welcome to episode 1 of the German Journey here with FC Union Berlin. In this episode we are going to load up our save. We are going to take a look at all of the things in the club. We're going to make sure that we understand what we're getting ourselves into here in this save to make sure that we are ready to have a really successful first ever season in the Bundesliga. So without further ado, let me switch us to our screen. However, as we sit here and you can see the game, we have FM loaded. That's me. You see right here that we have Madrid Twitch as our most recent save. That's because on Twitch at twitch.tv/Jeter7256 on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, we play as Internacional de Madrid. We are currently in the third tier of Spain as of recording, although hopefully by the time this is out, we will have gotten ourselves promoted into the second tier of Spain. Make sure you are there. Come hang out with me live on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about our new save with FC Union Berlin. So let's start up a new save. Why does it say Premier Division? Anyway, we got sidetracked. I got caught up by the fact that that didn't say Premier League, but we fixed it. So some of that's going to get cut out. We'll make sure that it looks good, not too choppy. As you can see, Juventus has been fixed. They're not Zebra anymore. Everything is all good. However, we are going to Germany and we are managing Union Berlin. We are going to do the advanced setup before we get into anything else, but we are managing as Union Berlin. This is their first ever season in the Bundesliga, so hopefully we can have a successful season with them. I'm going to make sure that all of the leagues that we have loaded are the ones that we want before we get into this. Make sure that we are not overloading leagues that we don't need, that everything is set up correctly. We will go with that. And early preseason, everything is set up. The in-game editor is off. Don't accuse me of cheating. Disable player attribute masking is also off, so we will have attribute masking, and we are going to hit start game and load into this. And as we start the game, while the game is setting itself up, I'm going to make a cut, and I will see you when we are back and dealing with manager setup. And we're back. Okay. Now it is time to set up our manager profile. So if we go into edit profile, Andrew Weddy, American. How you guys doing? Soccer. No, just no. But yes, that is me. We are the manager. We are experienced. That's what we look like. 6'4", 201, roughly accurate. Coaching style. We have the attribute set up. I want it to be on a Continental C license that we still have some work to do. We're not fully licensed, and professional player regionally. I think that is a fair setup. We have it set so that we have a lot of attacking and defending coaching. We're good tactically, and we're good with youngsters because we want to develop the youth. And then as far as our mentals, we want to be really good with determination. We want to have good motivating. Player knowledge and the other things are fine, but I think the really most important ones are determination and motivating. So that is what we have it set to. So we're going to hit confirm. And we're going to hit start playing and then let the save load itself in. So like I mentioned, this is Union Berlin's first ever season in the Bundesliga. So this is a very big moment for them. It is a very important season. Many people tipped them for relegation. We will probably be projected, as we can see in a second, we will probably be projected to finish 17th out of 18, maybe 16. It's not going to be easy, but hopefully we can keep them up in their first ever season. They've appointed us. We are on a 1-year deal worth $10,500 per week. We are raising some questions because we have not managed anyone before, but hopefully we can prove all of the doubters wrong and lead Union Berlin to glory. We are projected to finish 17th. We have a GM and an assistant coach. We have a 3-star reputation. Last season we finished 3rd in the Bundesliga 2. It is the first ever time that we are in the top division, which is huge, absolutely huge. Or at least first time in the Bundesliga. Our foundation, I want to say, was in the 1966. So our stadium is the Anderalten Förderstei, and I know I'm not saying that correctly, so please do help me pronounce that correctly in the comments below. It is a 2,000 capacity stadium built in 1920, so very, very old. A lot of history, and I know that there's some history with the stadium where the fans helped build it to save the club some money, and a bunch of things. We have a very, very strong supporter section that we will be dependent on, and we are going to hit next. They expect us to play a 4-4-2. We have a lot of players in and out on loan. They want us to sign players under the age of 23. They want us to work within the payroll budget, sign players to sell for a profit, all pretty typical stuff. They want us to avoid a relegation battle and the reach second round minimum in the DFB Pokal, all of which I think is very doable. We're going to not have the intra-squad friendly because I don't really like doing that. We will set up the press conference and we will get a coaching staff report. Other than that, we will confirm. I'm going to quickly save this. And as this saves, I'm going to make a quick cut, and I will be back with you once the save is done. And just like that, the save is done, and we are back. So let's take a quick look at everything that we have to do. We take the Union Berlin hot seat. Urs Fischer is the former manager. He had been there for 2 seasons after coming from Basel. Tactics introduction. We will set up the tactic in a little bit. Preseason prep, I'm just going to set it for normal. Those players have reported back in top condition. Very good. That's the squad stuff. The one thing that I remember after having loaded this save once before is that we only have one player who's homegrown club, and that's something that we are going to struggle with. Other than that, these are some big German transfers, all of which happened in real life. There's some summary stuff that we're probably not going to do right away. And like we already looked at, these are the expectations for this season. We'll just accept the vision, whatever. So we are going to go down the list here, looking at all of the things that we need to do. The last stop will be the schedule. But let's start with the squad. So if we look at the squad, we're going to start by sorting by regular ability. And according to our assistant manager, Yunus Mali is our best player. Yunus Mali is an attacking midfielder who likes to play as an advanced playmaker, who has a bunch of really good stats. He has good vision, good technique, good passing, good flair. Very creative playmaker, 27 on loan from Wolfsburg. So he will be very good this season, but it's not likely that we will have him beyond this season, which is not good. I'm going to try and sit up, have slightly better posture because I'm hunched over. Other than that, we have Gogia, who is our next best player. Gogia is a right winger, who will probably play as an inverted winger, is both-footed, which we like to see. Technicals are very good, mentally pretty strong. 16 flair, once again, is great. Physically not great. 27, doesn't have a ton of room for growth, but is our own player, which is very nice to see. Next we have Marius Butler. Marius Butler is a left winger who's pacey, young, on loan from Magdeburg. Technically not great. He's decent, but not great. Mentally okay, but very, very well-rounded player and will probably make a good inverted winger with that right foot on the left wing. After that, we have Endrick, who is a ball-winning midfielder, very good mentally and good physically. Pretty solid technically, but really the mental game is where he shines. And the last person we will look at is Sebastian Andersen, who is a target man striker. Very tall, physically very talented, and mentally has it. So he will probably be a key player for us. We have another striker, Neven Subotic, the old man, although he's not actually that old. Gentner is 33. Friedrich, a center back at 23, is a ball-playing defender who will hopefully develop very well for us in the future. And I'm now going to switch us over to potential. Our highest potential player is Maurice Opferman Arconis, who is a central midfielder that has 4.5-star potential. So he looks like he could turn into a very nice player. Then we have Julius Cade, or Julius Cade, I don't know how to say that. Advanced playmaker, doesn't have a ton physically, but very good mentally and getting there technically at age 20. And Julian Ryerson is a right back with great mentals and pretty good physicals. Technically can develop the young Norwegian. The last person we will look at beyond Friedrich is Griska Promel. Ball-winning midfielder, very good mentally for a 24-year-old. Hopefully the technicals can develop a little bit at age 24. And physically looks pretty good. So we have a lot of people who can play defensive midfield and central midfield. We're very strong centrally, which is also good to see. So we are now going to head into dynamics. Team cohesion is very bad. Leadership support is not great. Locker room atmosphere is good though, which is good to see. We will hold a team meeting, introduce myself. I think we can avoid being drawn into a relegation battle. Exactly the sort of reaction I was after. If we look at the hierarchy, 2 people oppose me, our starting goalie and Gogia, the winger, and 3 people support me, including the young Julius Cade, or Julius Cade, I don't know how to say it. Someone tell me in the comments. We have 4 social groups, which is not ideal. Happiness, most of the players are pretty happy. Code of conduct we will set up later. Tactics. I play a control possession tactic. So we're going to set up one tactic right now, and then I will develop the others off camera. I like to play on the positive mentality, raise that tempo a little bit, be more expressive. Counter, get rid of that. So this is what we like to do. Shorter passing, play decently wide, play out of defense, work ball into the box. Shorter passing and be more expressive. I think I should have said shorter passing twice. We want to counter press and we want to counter, so we want to be quick on the counter as well. Take short kicks and then higher line with a little bit more urgent pressing as well. So that is what we like to do. We will copy that into other formations. I think the other formations that we will add in will be a 4-3-1-2. Let's just do it now. Create new tactic. Control possession. We will set up a 4-1-4-1 and then create new tactic. Control possession. If we go into 4 defender formations, 4-3-1-2 narrow. So those will be the tactics that we set up. For all of these, we will put it on the custom control possession. So that's what we have set up so far, these 3 tactics. If we go into the team report and the team depth chart, we have 3 decent strikers. We really have a bunch of decent strikers. I'm going to filter this and make it 3-star ability. We have 5 people who can play up front. 2 people on the wing on both sides and 2 playmakers, Gogia and Mali. But Gogia is also out on the right, so we really have 1 playmaker. 6 central midfielders, including Gentner, Endrick, and Schmeidebach. And then in defensive midfield, we also have Gentner and Schmeidebach. We have 1 left back, 2 right backs, and 3 center backs. And no goalie is considered 3 stars, although if we drop that to 2, we have 3 goalies on 2.5 stars. So we have a lot of depth in the club from what it seems, but I will also add, having looked at the club, it's not exactly a young club. More than half of our team is above the age of 25. Or 25 or above, which isn't super old, but it's also not young. So that is something that we are going to have to work on, make sure that everything is good. As far as transfers, we have a bunch of players in the club this season who just came in, which is part of why our team cohesion is so low. So hopefully when we get them in, if we spam the team bonding sessions, it will get better. If we go into the club info, we are projected 17th. We were founded in 1966, have good training facilities and average youth facilities. One rival is BFC Dynamo. I have no idea how far down they are. Like I don't even know where this stuff is. They're pretty far down. We aren't going to see them, unfortunately. And then we have a bunch of rivals. We have 1 legend, Lutz Hendel, a bunch of icons, and then 2 favorite personnel, including Uwe Newhouse, who used to be our head coach for 7 seasons. If we go into the club vision, we already kind of looked at it, but like we said, avoid a relegation battle and reach the second round. Lastly, looking at the finances, 12 million in the bank. The projection is pretty, which we love to see. And other than that, we have 1 big loan that is payable until the end of the season. So it is good to know that the debt will be gone at the end of the season. And yeah, if we look at the development center, this is where we could get some young players who are very good. It says strong squad. Let's see what we got. Sorting by potential, Fisnik Aslani is a young poacher, 16 years old. I don't know if he really exists. I think he does because he's from BFC Dynamo. But he looks like he has decent potential. I mean, he has 4.5-star potential, so surely he's got something going on. Then we have this young attacking midfielder, Vasil Dragolyuk, who's wanted by a lot of teams. The young 15-year-old. who is still on a youth contract, has pretty high potential, good passing and technique at this age, 12 pace as well at age 15. You have no idea what's going to happen to him, but he is 15, so hopefully he'll develop well. And then Ensar Aksakal also looks like he could be pretty decent at age 17. And as another young created player, we have Tobias Holwitz, who is a center back, 5'10", but at age 15 could surely still grow. We will see. 14 free kick taking as a center back is very interesting. Yeah, that's what we've got going right now. Those are the players that we have in our youth system, and we are finally going to end this on the schedule. So if we look at the schedule, we have drawn Dassendorf in the DFB Pokal first round. Dassendorf are, I don't even know what level that is. No idea what level that is. We should be beating them. Their reputation is 1 star. They're a semi-pro team. We have them in the first round of the cup away from home. And then we have Leipzig at home to start the season. So we will see what happens for that match. That will be where we return. So, if you would like to see these 2 games tomorrow, I'm going to set a like target of 100 likes. If we hit that like target, if you've been here since the start of the video, if you've made it all the way to the end, hit that like button if you haven't already. If we hit 100 likes, this video will come out tomorrow on Monday. If not, it'll come out on Wednesday. But if you want to see it, hit that like button. Other than that, hit that subscribe button so that you get notifications every single time and I post a video. Also hit that bell button so you actually get the notifications, not just subscribe. Subscribe and hit the bell. I don't really know where they are. Somewhere around me. You know what they look like. Hit them. Smash them. And other than that, I will see you all soon. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.